Alright, time for the next installment of the Beginner's Guide series. Today I will be playing some JAX here into an Echo, which should be a fine matchup for me. Echo doesn't really play aggressive, so I don't really have to worry about that one too much. So for the most part there should be no problem. And yeah, I mean, for the rest, JAX is an insanely good pick here against both Yasuo and Yone, and also Kaisa, I suppose. A lot of auto attack, block potential, dodge potential, I suppose, which makes him very, very strong into situations like this. If you can pick him into like auto attack based comps, that is pretty ideal. So I'll show you how to do it in the jungle. And now for the beginner series, there is a playlist in the description that you can check out. This will have all of the champions in it. If you are looking for a specific one, you should be able to find it there. There are still a few more that I haven't done yet, but for the most part, you should be able to find them. And in a couple of days, you should be able to find all of them that I intended for this series. So yeah. If the leash is better there, you'd want to not smite it and then smite Gromp. If it's like, let's say it's at least to like 300-400 HP, at that point smiting it's not really that worth, because you would lose like 200 damage worth of value on doing your jungle camps, which is then better used on your Gromp. But in this case that was fine, right? So yeah, we're just initially gonna look for a full clear here. This is definitely like the way you want to go. Try to like time your dodge as well as much as you can with the moment you are about to get hit, instead of like using it randomly. Try to like really hit your dodge before you get hit by the camp, and you should be fine after that. Try to also make use of your pet as much as possible. JAX's early game is pretty good when it comes to clearing. You have quite a lot of reasonable clear speed. Your ganks are quite good. Like, your ganks are really good, sorry, because of your targeted stun, essentially, because you just Q stun them. The only thing they can do is flash if they react in time. So that's like the biggest thing for JAX. Its clear speed is just a little on the lacking side. That's the way it is, but it's still fine. Like, after the pet changes and like the JAX changes, his damage on this is more than reasonable, honestly. Good. Top lane is pushing in, which is good to note here. Right there, right before the dodge, right before I get hit, I press the dodge. Because what I can do here is just go for this, and then the Nasus will have Wither, which should allow us to get a free kill. And we have the potion that we can just use here. Could not waste my abilities right now. That kills, perfect. Max W first. No, don't walk backwards now. Make sure to walk with him. Perfect. That works for me. The Asus took an unfavorable trade in the first place, which was kind of bad for him. I need to help him push out the wave, because otherwise it doesn't hit turret in time. It might not hit turret in time. I'm gonna leave a ward for him here. Quickly get that with the auto attack reset on it. I need to be a bit... Oh, no, that's a problem for me. Up with the ward. There he goes. If he chases me here, that's okay. I should be able to kill him with my dodge up. Okay. If he would have chased me after that Q, I would have killed him. But I can just get the scuttle there. He was level 3, not level 4, so I could use that to my advantage. There we go. Pretty good. CDR boots first back, quite nice. I really like the CDR boots first back, because it actually gives you quite a good increase in clear speed. You might think, why does it? It's because of 20 ability haste, giving you lower cooldowns on your, like, mainly your E, which is very good for AoE clear potential. It also gives lower cooldown on smite, which really works nicely as well. Let's see if he's doing the bot scuttle now, potentially. He is not, but I will go clear the ward first. I'll be using auto attack reset, so you can quickly use it as one. Nope, he is right here instead. Make sure I danger ping there, because he's in the area. Be ready to smite if I have to here. I didn't have to, perfect. Bot lane gank's probably not going to happen. Mid lane gank, not a great angle on either. All my camps are respawning, so I'm just going to look for that right now. Make sure I keep up that tempo, because you need to keep up the experience as JAX. You have to like try to consistently get it, because JAX scales extremely well, so picking up XP is huge. Really, with a dodge, you see me use it every time right before I get hit. So basically, the second I hit my dodge, you see like all the hits come in right after that. That's the ideal timing you want to get. Try to split the damage here a bit for your pet. Gonna go for a nice little full clear here. Keeping my eye on the mid lane situation as well. Okay. That is not good for bot lane. I see this top lane angle, which is gonna be pretty good, I think. Mid lane angle. Oh, he wants to... Okay, sure. This is good. This is good. That's perfect. That man made a mistake. I have lethal tempo, so I should be fine here. Yeah. The reason I didn't flash for the auto attack, if you're wondering, is because of the stun placement potential from the Echo there. I didn't know exactly where he placed it, and if he placed it in a smart way, I would have died easily. So that was a little risky. If I would go for it there, I would most likely end in my death. I'm gonna pick up the plant and then move top here. Asus has ult, so a Wither ult combination should be able to kill this guy pretty easily. Oh, you are running so far away from me, buddy. He also didn't press ult. I don't know. I am not gonna really touch the wave because I'm pretty sure the wave is fine here. Well. He ran away from me instead of towards me. Plus, then he also got hit by the, I mean, obviously the knock-up, and he didn't press ult, which kind of made things very awkward real quick. It is okay. It is what it is. Pick up whatever I can here, because I don't really let anything let anything go to waste on these minions. Damage on that. At least I got the XP. I think we could have landed the kill on the guy. If there was a little bit more team play between the two of us, but it's okay. Echo is bot lane. I need to make sure he doesn't get the dragon, which on this bot lane play he might be able to. Because obviously, like, in Echo situation here, you just see the enemy jungler go top, right? Like, you definitely go look for, like, a bot play, a potential dragon, potential invade. There is a ward to defend the invade, but the dragon not so much. Could run to it. Echo is a champ that's going to take quite a while at doing dragon, so this could end up being in my benefit. Oh, he went mid. Stun him. I should be able to get him here. Gonna hop on over this way, and I should be able to close the distance on him more than enough. Nasus is also rotating in. I have flash Q, so I should be good. And then auto attack with a W for the auto attack reset as well. I recently killed them, so I should be able to instantly go for the Rift Herald here, I hope. Running down towards Dragon and doing that, like, takes way longer. It's definitely the play just to go for the Herald here. There's no way they can react to this. I have been keeping my eye for the mid lane plays, like really messing up this Yone, which is good. Should be able to get this before the Echo can even do anything about it, which is what I'm hoping for right here. That's why we're rushing this down. And then after that, maybe I can get the scuttle, but maybe I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful with that one. Oh my god, pop my ult as well for extra resistances. But okay, I'm dead. The Wukong recalling there really sucked. He also ran up top lane straight away. Trying to survive with my flash there, but he flashed after me, so... there's no way he dies off this, please. It's okay. It sucks, but like, yeah, you know, it is what it is. Let's get a Dark Seal here as well. I'm just gonna go straight to Dragon. There is no point for me to run top lane here. They just need to shove out bot lane and then we just drag. And they might get a top turret or a bunch of plates on top turret, but that's nothing I can do about that. This way I can at least get the objective, you know? There we go. Put the Herald there so it will shove into mid lane. Wukong. Mid. No. You are joking. Oh, man. This is gonna suck because now the Rift Herald takes 35 years to clear the wave because Wukong isn't there. And that might not result in a bounce. I need to run mid lane here. Max E second. It looks like it's gonna be okay, but Wukong could have had mid turret essentially, is what I'm saying. Very good. Because they were all top lane right there, right? So it's an easy punish. My bot lane is the one that needed to come to Dragon there, and Wukong is the one that just had to shove mid lane with the Rift Herald coming in. He just clears wave, he's like chilling, you know. But because we killed Echo, we're gonna tax his camps as much as possible. No doubt. I have a fresh red and a fresh blue. He's gonna get mid turret here. That would be a risky... Does he not get mid turret here? Maybe I should help him out. Make sure the mid turret dies here. Because right now, Echo is gonna come out of base probably just fast enough. To, yeah, this is what I mean. I need to get this turret down. It's good damage. Very good damage. I'm buying a Dark Seal here as well, by the way, because Dark Seal is an extremely good thing to have on JAX. JAX's AP scalings are very solid. So just building a Dark Seal, which will, if max stack, gives you about 60 AP. I believe it's 55 actually, but either 55 or 60 AP, which is actually going to scale really nicely with his entire kit, essentially. So it's quite good. You can also upgrade it into a Magi's if you would like, but yeah. That little bit of extra AP is also going to up your clear speed by a reasonable amount, to the point where it's just going to sustain you pretty well. I might have to run top here. Please walk away, buddy. Please. I'm gonna have to cut off this angle. Okay, he missed. That's good. Okay, they're all here. This guy might check the bush. He's gonna be here in this vicinity, so they can't dive him. They will not be able to dive us. That's good enough. He's gonna have to ult back. I'm gonna wait for my E before I do anything stupid, like going in. I think in this situation, Asus probably was a little trigger happy on his ultimate, but it's okay. At least they can't dive him like this, you know. I need to stick around until they leave him alone. Now he doesn't have ult, so he's gonna have to be more careful. We know where the Echo is as well. That's good. That's all he needed to do. I ult shoot. I'm gonna smite that guy out. I can't win that. My E cooldown was slightly better. I probably would have been able to just commit to it, but my E cooldown was not that good. I most likely won't be able to defend this turret. It's not gonna be worth it. Wukong is not top lane. I don't know why, to be honest, because in his situation, he doesn't even have a mid turret. That makes sense. There's no mid turret there. There's no reason to be mid when you see 3 people go at top lane like that, or at least 2, and your laner is also there. Just, you know, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Alright, good. Perfect. With JAX there, it doesn't really matter what HP I'm at. With my dodge up, there's nothing else, so he's going to be able to do against me anyway, so it's okay. Alright, cool. So we can finish off our Sunder here. And now, at this point, we're gonna have to look at their team for a second. There are 3 item options. You have Spear of Shojin, you have Blade of the Rune King, and you have Cleaver for this item slot. Against this team, I'm gonna go Spear of Shojin. I will explain why, but I don't want to sit in base for 35 years. So while I'm walking. They are very squishy, which makes Spear of Shojin a great item. More cooldowns up, which is great. If they are if they are tanky, but not HP tanky, so resistance-wise tanky, like, I don't know, for example, things that build Jaksho, or just things that are tanky like that, right? That's when you want to build Cleaver for the armor penetration. And if they have a lot of HP tankiness, like Mundo, like Vladimir, like that type of stuff, you know, everything that stacks HP, that's when you want to go Blade of the Rune King. So those are basically your options, and because they are squishy, I will be going for Spear of Shojin here. Good rotation from Wukong. I should be able to pick this guy up for free. He is... That's a double kill. I think the triple kill is necessary and a Q out. Ooh, clean. So what I do there is I prep my E beforehand, then I flash Q in, drop the E for the stun, and then also, of course, make sure to pop my ultimate as well for resistances, but also damage. So, yeah, very solid there. We go for Dragon, because it's going to spawn now. I'll use the Ward Hop again here to close a bit of distance so I'm there faster. And this is very solid. We're doing big damage already. One more stack for that. My Spear of Shojin is 2100 gold, so I definitely want to look for that. That's a respectable Rift Herald trade. I would have done the same in his shoes, for sure. I have 10 stacks on my Dark Seal. I could technically upgrade into a Magize if I want to. This should be fine. There's no way he beats me here. I mean, I have already ruined his laning phase completely by just being there for ganks and stuff, so he's going to be in trouble. So we got Spear of Shojin here. We have a lot of gold, so I'm definitely going to back. Don't walk around the map with too much gold on you. That's definitely not a good move. Okay. If you're asking why I have this dagger, I just had 300 gold and I figure 12% attack speed was never going to be a bad choice, you know. If I would have had the money to buy a Dark Seal, I would have just bought the Dark Seal instead of the dagger, but like I might as well spend it on this 12% attack speed. Especially for like early game fights and stuff, any little bit of stats helps. That's why I bought it. I could also have bought a cloth armor, I suppose, but that was really not going to go into anything too soon either, so I was going to sit on an item regardless. And I slightly value the offensive stat higher than the defensive stat of cloth armor on the JAX, because I have a dodge, and my ultimate gives me armor. So, you know. Right. Maxing E second. My damage is going up quite nicely here. Ooh, that's a spicy fight on bot lane. I think they should win this. I don't think they... Oh, that's a very solid Echo ult, though. That's good for me. Oh, hey, hello? I am very sad that that didn't kill. I thought my smite was going to kill, so I played like it killed, but it didn't. Wow. Alright, that kind of ruined my play a little bit more. Let's walk this way. I have blue smite chase potential, so they should not be able to get a good position on me here. I should always be able to outposition them, basically. Kill him. Very nice. Alright, good. The blue smite movement speed increase is going to give me the position for the most part. And at this point, I think I should be able to push mid lane as well. We have a colossal amount of kill participation here. I don't know why my Malzahar didn't just go mid lane with me, honestly, but okay. He had Malzahar ultimate and everything up still, so if he just went mid lane with me, he could just press ult on the Yasuo there and it would have been fine. Use this. There's really nothing he can do against me because I'm JAX. Like, if he tries to turn a fight on me, I just press my E. I don't press my E preemptively because there's no need to. Like, I just go in on him, and then if he decides to fight, then I press E, because then he has to commit to it in a very unfavorable position. Just press this. Okay, that might be a bit of an issue. Let's jump out. He tanked a bunch of damage there. This might be a little optimistic on my side. Okay, don't play too aggressive here, because they have a pretty good catch potential. One kill. I'm very low on mana, though, which is currently my problem. I need to stand inside the jungle here. I'm also going to go for the kill on this camp so I can get some mana back. Because inside the jungle, you have more mana regeneration, which is good, obviously. Probably should have flash queued for that one, I think. Just get the wave cleared up here. E is very good clear now. That's huge damage. And I should, with Sheen procs, be able to get this turret. Okay, probably not, actually. gonna be too greedy because I also have to take into account that the dragon's gonna spawn in like 50 seconds and I need to be there for it. This kind of sucks, honestly. The recall. I want to get a Randuin's right here because at this point we're just gonna focus on building tankiness, right? Identify what is the biggest damage source in their team. They have crit on Yasuo, they have crit on Yone, and they have crit on Kai'Sa. That's an easy Randuin's. They're another great item. If there wasn't crit but attack speed based, would have been Frozen Heart, but Randuin's is just too good against 3 crit champions. There's no reason not to pick it up. You can get Force of Nature against like a bunch of magic damage over time. You can also get Wit's End. If it's not magic damage over time type, more like the other version, more like bursty. I actually prefer Wit's End for magic resist because the item is just very nice. Damage output for JAX. It also gives the attack speed and all that, which is quite good. So that's why I like that one a little bit more than building like a Spirit Visage, for example. But Spirit Visage is an option as well. Generally, for magic resist, I would go Wit's End over going Force of Nature if the enemy team doesn't have like the great Force of Nature ability. Or like when Force of Nature is going to be great against something, if that makes sense. Yeah, or like the rest of it is just like whatever is good, man. Like just if Frozen Heart's good, pick Frozen Heart. If Randuin's is good, pick Randuin's, etc. Because the main 2 damage items you have here with this are these 2. Obviously could be Cleaver, obviously could be Blade of the Rune King. Generally, if you are going for Blade of the Rune King, by the way, if Blade of the Rune King fits into a build, most likely Cleaver is going to fit into the same build. Because then you would have the thing for the HP, but you will also have the Black Cleaver then for the resistances to go along with the HP, because generally if things are high HP, then you will have to deal with resistances at some point as well, you know? So the combination of Cleaver Blade, if you're gonna build a blade, is very, very common. And should be expected, really. I'm gonna sit on this Dark Seal as long as possible. I might have been like the type that in this game I would have upgraded it to a Magi's, but it's not necessary. Just sitting on this like 55 AP is already very nice. You can see just 55 extra AP is very good for my scalings as well. Okay, pop your ult. Oh god, I might take a lot of damage here. Relax yourself, buddy. That is... Oof. Okay, that's maybe a little optimistic on my part. Was a very good play there from the Thresh, CCing me for as long as he did. Gonna call that on my bad, sorry. Hopefully it doesn't cost me too much. I got CC'd under third as well. They got to hit me for with 5 people and I got ignited, so... Very bad move on my end. Very well played on Thresh's end, though. At this point in the game, we're gonna switch these boots out for steel caps, because I don't need early CDR boots anymore. We're fine, right? Kai'Sa dies is pretty good. Yeah. My team traded back fairly well. That was a very terrible play on my end. I should have played more calm. Because if I just play a little safer, there was really nothing to worry about. I just completely thought I had a little bit more agency than I did. But yeah, getting hammered in by like 4 or 5 people is gonna kill you pretty quickly still, you know? So. Also, I didn't have Randuin's yet, which if I did, would have been great. Something I can do here as well, instead of building a magic resist item, in this situation, they only have 1 magic damage source. So if I want to, I could decide to go Anathemas here into this magic damage source. So I just put the Anathemas on the Echo, and then I only have to build for that, or I only have to go for that item. Which could be a very good move as well. Ooh, a red buff. Yes, please. Are you serious? Wow. Alright, fine. Fair enough. Let's go. We see the Echo on bot lane, so that's just an instant Baron. Hello, team. I mean, I could solo this, but, like, I'd prefer not to, you know? Like, can I... Team? Can we Baron? Why is my Malzart, like, not showing up? Hello? Okay, well, I guess I am just sitting here doing this by myself, then. I mean, I can do this. It's just gonna take me a while. Look at them, man. What is this? Why aren't we just finishing Baron? I don't get it. We saw the Echo on bot lane, so the realistic only choice, I mean, especially after me killing Yasuo, is just Baron straight away. There is no reason not to just Baron. It's good that I can do it by myself, essentially, because JAX is just very good with the dodge potential and all that. You have a lot of uptime on your dodge, so you should be able to be fine, but it just doesn't make much sense not to just go Baron as a team there. Especially for the Malzahar to help me, right? Because what is he gonna do? Sit mid, do nothing? Like, you know, it's a bit strange. But I guess it's fine, whatever, man. It is what it is. All I have to say is don't worry too much about it when you're playing JAX, because you will be fine. You can most likely do it by yourself anyway. I could decide to take the recall now, but I don't necessarily have too much to buy. Dragon's gonna spawn on 38. If I just take the time here to clear my entire bot side camps, that's gonna be a little bit more valuable to me here, I think. So I'll just do that right now. I think, actually, it's not gonna give me the level, but, you know, time-wise, I mean, I can buy, like, what can I buy? I don't know, like a component, maybe. If my Asus doesn't die here, that would be unfortunate. They split up too much here. Karma's pushing in top with Baron. I might have to go bot lane here. I don't know if I can even get to this guy in time. Asus is quite tanky, though. Oof, my boy, Asus coming in. Wow. All right. Man, can we end here? Potentially. Am I just gonna go for Drake Soul? Yes. Like, yeah, I mean, we maybe could have ended here. Definitely, but yeah, I think this is fine. So here, I mean, I'm gonna go for the Wit's End because it also provides me a damage increase, as well as magic resist, which will be nice against Echo. But I can also obviously opt for Force of Nature in this slot if I want to as well, or something like my brain's not functioning right now. Okay, what? I guess he has quite a lot of kills, doesn't matter then, sure. I was about to say, like, I'm super fed, why would you take that from him? But he is also kind of strong at this point, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yes, good bait. Okay, fine. Most likely we will not be able to catch up to him here. He's gonna get it, isn't he? Huh? No, okay, we're good. Cool, cool, cool. Make sure not to get hit by that. Wukong could just ult into this if he wants to, like, really good. Oh, we go for Kai'Sa. We absolutely go for Kai'Sa here. Get the turret out of the way. Echo Flash. We know he didn't have ult, so there's nothing to worry about there. Get my ult off, get the dodge up. Crash doing absolute work here. Make sure that I don't tank turret for too long. Finish him off. Perfect. So yeah, Wit's End here, and then last item. I mean, against that team, I could probably do a Frozen Heart. Actually, Frozen Heart wouldn't make sense because I have the random ones already. Those two don't really stack too well. So maybe a Stone Plate could do that, or maybe Thornmill. I think Thornmill would be quite good against their healing still for like double shield bow type deal, Echo ult. So probably Thornmill, and that would be a full build. But just note that any tank items that fit well into the enemy team is something you can pick up. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in the endgame stats. Alright, so for the endgame stats here, I ended up doing 24.2k damage, which is very respectable. I'm not very surprised at the Wukong out-damaging me because I decided to pick a few more objective-based plays instead of picking a bit more teamfight-based plays like this guy did. So I got a couple of objectives and he got more damage than me, so not unsurprising. Also not surprising that Malzahar gets close in damage towards me here as well, because Malzahar has the ability of building Liandries, which if you build Liandries on a champion that can use it very well, you will generally do either the most damage by a good amount or just high damage in general. So regardless of how they did, I mean, you know, it is whatever. True damage here at 1600, which is basically just smites. Now, obviously the main stat here at damage to objectives. I made sure to, as much as possible, get dragons, get Rift Heralds wherever I could. Obviously, the Echo traded one of those Rift Heralds for like a dragon at some point. But also making sure, like, when Baron is on opportunity, I make sure I get Baron instead of going, like, headless chickens around the map, you know, and just make sure you get the objectives. Because objectives is what's going to win you a game instead of getting, like, an extra kill. If you can get a free Baron, absolutely do that, you know. As a jungler, this stat should be the highest stat by far if you are the winning jungler. So, as you can see, 66.7, this is good. Echo had, like, 15k because he did end up taking, like, a Herald here. But yeah, this stat, always check this stat, because if you are winning the game, and let's say Echo would have 66k damage done to this, and I won the game with 15k damage dealt to objectives, then you are doing something wrong. Unless it's like an insane comeback, but if it's like an equal game, you are quite literally trolling at that point. So that's definitely something you can fix. Healing done at 19.1k. Damage taken at 34.6k here as well, which is good. We have self-mitigated damage on top of that at 38.4, so we took a very solid amount of damage in total. About like 70k-ish, a little bit more. So yeah. Gold earned at 16k, that's the most in the game here. Just making sure to like keep a relatively consistent clear while trying to look for some ganks. The objectives, obviously, like getting Herald and stuff, can give you a bunch of gold, especially from turret platings as well. But yeah. For the runes, pretty good uptime on Lethal Tempo, not too bad. Triumph for a nice amount of extra HP. Tenacity here, and then also the Unflinching here. So basically these two runes mean that you don't have to pick Green Smite or Mercs, because these two runes will be plenty of Tenacity with the way they changed Tenacity to the point where it's like effective enough, if that makes sense. So these two are definitely enough, and then you can opt for the Steel Caps for like AD comps like I just faced. And then Last Stand for the 500 damage here. I prefer having Last Stand over something like Coup de Grace, because in closer fights, I'd rather have the runes damage to be more than having more overkill damage if the fight's already going well, if that makes sense. So that's why I take this. And then Conditioning is just really good because the extra stats, and then also, of course, JAX ult, extra stats, you're kind of chilling. And yeah, it's pretty good there. But that's it for JAX. If you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with the next video. Bye.